305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
Hey, it's Toast. Last year when I had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house by B&T Windows and Doors, I knew about the hurricane protection. What I didn't know? The silence. Oh my goodness, my house is so quiet now. One of those cars goes tearing down the street with the crazy loud muffler. Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. It's unbelievable. I didn't realize how noisy my house was beforehand. You've got to get PGT custom windows and doors installed in your pad today. Call B&T Windows and Doors, 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Donno for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. Take their famous Boot Tour Challenge, and there's now outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations or pickup at 954-785-7565. So get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach to Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant.
You're listening to the best of the Onside Zone with Orlando Elzugari. Subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Back to more of the Onside.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding.
Whoa!
Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You're listening to the home of Inter Miami CF.
His strike is a decent one. It's fired into the top right corner. Gonzalo Higuain opens his account for Inter Miami.
OnsideRadio.com, where the passion for La Rosa Negra runs deep. Download the Radio.net app and listen to Onside Radio in every Inter Miami CF game. OnsideRadio.com, your home for Inter Miami soccer.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Duncan to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
You're listening to the station with more live and local sports talk than anyone else in South Florida. OnSideRadio.com. Broadcasting from South Florida to the world. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of Onside Radio ownership, management, sponsors, website, or Inter Miami Marketing, LLC. Welcome back to the Man of the Match with Alex Donno.
It's all yours. Just keep it right here.
You can reach out anytime on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
Yes! Oh, it is. It is a Thursday episode of Man of the Match with Alex Donno. Oh, I'm Alex Donno, and I'm with you guys here on OnSideRadio.com. With you for the next 3 hours, my friends, taking you up until 6 o'clock tonight, at which time we're going to hand it off at 6 o'clock to our guy, Steven Daniels, Miami Sports Music for the Fans. And then I'm not going anywhere because I'm back on at 7. James Walker and I tonight. It's Thursday, my friends. And this will be our 4th episode of Fight Night. So you have to start getting into the routine, guys. I mean, listen, we're less than a month in to the new venture, Fight Night on Thursday nights, where we talk combat sports. We talk a lot of MMA. We talk some boxing. We talk some bare-knuckle brawling. Got to get into the habit of joining back up with us on Thursday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. for Fight Night. We're going to have a good show planned tonight, James Walker and I. So it's going to be a lot of fun, my friends. And we have a big one coming up here on Man of the Match. I'll go from backwards to forwards. Going to have my good pal and podcast co-host, Jerry Mancini from the Calcio Connection, on with me at 5:20 to talk a little bit about some of the chaos in European soccer these last couple of days. And he's a big hockey fan. And he's an Edmonton Oilers fan. He lives up in Canada. So, of course, I'm sad today because my team just got bounced from the playoffs last night. His team got swept. His team got swept by the Winnipeg Jets. So we're going to give each other a shoulder to cry on today when Jerry joins me around 5:20 this afternoon. At 4:35, Thursday tradition. Now, he had to take last Thursday off, but it's we have a couple Thursday traditions on the show today. But Kyle Krabs from DolphinsWire.com is going to join us at 4:35 p.m. today to talk about OTAs, to talk about what Tua Tagovailoa had to say. By the way, at 3:35, I'm going to play the Tua audio. So we're going to hear from the Miami Dolphins quarterback, who I thought was really good yesterday. I thought Tua had a lot of illuminating things to say. He is very self-aware, very honest, and very candid. And as a Miami Dolphins fan, but also someone who covers the team, I appreciate it because I like when my athletes are honest and candid, and Tua is absolutely that. So Kyle Krabs will talk about the Dolphins with us at 4:35. 4 o'clock sharp. Going to talk some Inter Miami with Franco Panizo from SPIsoccer.com and Miami Total Football Radio. He's going to join us at 4 to talk about the huge game on Saturday, right in this building where I sit. I'm inside Drive Pink Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. I'm looking at those pink, black, gray, and white seats. I'm looking off at the Fort Lauderdale skyline, kissing the horizon off in the distance. And we're going to have a full house. First time in the history of this building and in the history of Inter Miami, we have a full capacity game. Finally, we've gotten through the COVID restrictions to the point where we can welcome in a full house to Drive Pink Stadium. So we're going to talk about the matchup with DC United coming up with Franco Panizo from SBI Soccer, 4 o'clock. And at 3:20, Ira Winderman is going to have his weekly spot, another Thursday tradition, the Acura Pembroke Pines Miami Heat Report. I mean, the NBA is lit right now, and not in all the right ways. Now, our Heat tonight are back at it, trying to avoid embarrassment, right? Because I already think the Heat are finished, down 0-2. And listen, I told you the Panthers were finished when they were down 0-2. I turned out to be right about that. I know they gave you a glimmer of hope, but do not go against Donno. Donno knows. I know, okay? So I think the Heat, unfortunately, are finished, but they do have a chance to try and get back in the series tonight at home against the Milwaukee Bucks, Game 3. Ira Winderman is going to join us to talk all about that. And also, bro, what's up with these NBA fans? you got some clown dumping popcorn on Russell Westbrook in Philadelphia, and you have some asshole spitting on Trae Young at Madison Square Garden. It's like, okay, fans have been, away from arenas for over a year, and as soon as they get a chance to go back into an arena, they're acting like buffoons. Like, I hate it, man. Like, show a little bit of respect. Show a little bit of respect. And I know that there are some people joking about this, and I live on planet Earth, so I understand that this is never going to happen. People have been joking about it, that you should allow, you should give some of these NBA players like a free shot to punch a fan in the face. Now, listen, I live in reality, so I understand you can't do that because I've seen that happen before. Do you remember the Malice at the Palace in 2004, Palace of Auburn Hills, which was one of the most insane sequences I've ever seen, where Ron Artest starts swinging at fans and it becomes an entire brawl in Detroit. So, yeah, listen, I get it that we're not just going to – the NBA is not going to make a new rule where they say, hey, Russell Westbrook, the next time somebody dumps popcorn on you, we're not going to restrain you with 6 security guards. You can rush right in there and clock that dude in the face. So I get it. It's never going to happen, but I wouldn't mind it. If you were to allow that, I wouldn't mind it, because I have such a problem with the idea that some of these fans think because I'm paying an exorbitant price for tickets, right? I'm paying a couple $100 maybe to have these, 6th, 7th row seats, few $100s for a playoff game, or, God, the people who sit on the floor seats, I don't know what they're paying, thousands of dollars probably. And they think, oh, the customer is always right because I paid this money. I now have license to dump popcorn on another human being or spit in the face of another human being. It's the most ridiculous goddamn thing in the world, because if you're just out there in the wild, if you're walking down the street, okay, and you decide to just dump popcorn on somebody's head as they're walking past you on the street, what do you expect is going to happen to you? That person is probably going to punch you in the freaking face. And he may be committing assault by doing that, but you expect that to happen. So that's normal. Like, people who pay for these tickets don't think the normal rules of society apply to them. Well, I paid $300 for a pair of playoff tickets, so I'm allowed to dump popcorn on Russell Westbrook. Like, dude, you think you have the fake bravado and the balls to do it's like social media bullying. It's like, oh, I don't have to look this person in the face on social media, or in the case you're at a basketball game, oh, well, I know there's security there, so nothing's going to happen to me, so I'm good. I have impunity and immunity just to throw whatever I want to on these players. Like, I kind of wish that they were allowed to punch them. And you know what? Had there not been 6 security guards there around Russell Westbrook, he would have punched that dude in the face, because even the 6 that were there could barely hold the guy back. So these ass clowns need to understand, you would never have the balls to do that to, a guy Russell Westbrook's size walking down the street. Like, okay, sir, hello, how are you? Good. Like, you're only doing that because you feel empowered and emboldened, because you paid all this money for a ticket and there's security guards there, and you would never do that in any other aspect of society. So I know it's never going to happen, but I'm completely for the idea that these players should be allowed to punch fans in the face when they do that, because then at least you would behave, because you would know if I it's like prison rules. Like, if I do that, I know there's going to be retribution, man. Oh, God. Indade writes in on the chat. By the way, welcome in to Indade and David, who've got the chat room going. Awesome stuff. He writes, hey, is it surprising that they were Philly and New York fans? That's the least surprising part of it. Like, if you would tell me that somebody got spat on and somebody got popcorn thrown at them in the same night in the NBA, I'd say, oh, really, Philly and New York, eh? Although I probably would have thought the spitting would be in Philly because they're really nasty there, and that the popcorn would have been in New York. So I might have had the markets flipped. But, yeah, I would have guessed that. I would have. I'm a little unhappy today. I'm a little down. All good things must come to an end. Our Florida Panthers got beaten 4-0 last night by the Tampa Bay Lightning. The fourth goal, empty netter. It was closer. Like, the game was closer than the score would indicate. And you've got a defending champion Stanley Cup winning team in the Tampa Bay Lightning who have superstars. You've got the ineligible players who were both very good last night. Steven Stamkos scored. Nikita Kucherov had an assist. Stamkos, I think, had a 2-point game because he had a goal and an assist in the game. Kucherov had a multi-point game as well. So the ineligible players who were stashed on the long-term injury report so they could go over the salary cap. Stamkos had a goal and an assist. Kucherov had 2 assists. So, I mean, listen, you weren't going to beat these guys, unfortunately. And you got to give credit to Andrei Vasilevsky. I think the Florida Panthers have a really good one. We have a netminder, a young 20-year-old netminder who I think is on his way to being elite. But you understand why Andrei Vasilevsky is considered the best in the NHL, why he's a Vezina Trophy winner, because he completely put the shutout on our Panthers last night, and he was standing on his head. 29 saves last night. Vasilevsky was there when the Lightning needed him most, and they close out the series. And, again, Tampa scored on their first shot on net in this one. It was unfortunate. A Florida Panthers defenseman and Spencer Knight both thought it was icing, and I think they weren't expecting the sequence to unfold the way that it did. But Knight was good. He was fine. Obviously he wasn't quite as spectacular as he was the game prior, but he got no help from his skaters this time because nobody could score on Vasilevsky. So Tampa Bay did exactly what they had to do. They had their final home game of the series, a chance to close it out on their home ice in Tampa. That's what defending Stanley Cup champions do. Defending Stanley Cup champions take care of business. They don't allow it to get to a Game 7, because if we got to a Game 7, we got to take this series back to Sunrise with the crowds that we've been getting. It's on. Like, it would have been on like Donkey Kong. And I think the Panthers, I would have felt really bullish about the Panthers winning a Game 7 on home ice if it had gotten there. But the Lightning did exactly what they were supposed to do on their home ice. And I'm a little bit sad. I'm a little bit dejected. I'm a little bit disappointed. And, again, it just goes to show you why I thought it was so important. And it was so difficult to do it, but it was so important to lock up the number 1 seed in the Central, because I would have liked our matchup a lot better with the Nashville Predators than I liked our matchup with the defending Stanley Cup champions. And I know a lot of people before the series started, this series said, hey, I'd rather match up with Tampa Bay than Carolina because we couldn't beat Carolina in the regular season. No, Carolina still would have been the better matchup. Even though Tampa Bay, we had some success. We went, 5-2-0 against Tampa Bay in the regular season. Hey, the Panthers have their number. It's different because a team as good as the Lightning, as proven as the Lightning, they can flip a switch in the playoffs. Plus, you had the ineligibles that weren't playing in the regular season. Nikita Kucherov, he's been healthy for like the past 6 months, but he's been on the long-term injury report. He was ready to come back for the playoffs. So the Lightning were a different team, a better team, a more zoned-in, focused team, and a different team in the playoffs. I would have much rather have gone up against Carolina than Tampa Bay in that first round. Much, much rather. But I'll get to the roundtable question for today. Every day, all of our hosts tackle it. Toast in the morning, Kai Chen Chisholm, Big O on the onside zone, me in the afternoon, Steven Daniels with Miami Sports Music in the evening. It's Panthers related. Should fans appreciate this Florida Panthers season, or should they be disappointed after a first-round exit versus the defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning? Both. Of course you can be disappointed. Both. Being a sports fan is complicated, right? You've got big picture and small picture stuff to think of. Small picture, bros, I wanted to win a playoff series for the first time in 25 years, right? We hadn't done that since 1996. So, of course, I'm disappointed, of course. But I'm also not a Neanderthal of a fan. So my short-term disappointment, I'm not going to come to you and say, oh, my God, the sky is falling, freaking Panthers, same old Panthers, we can never get out of our own way, we suck, just when you think this franchise is doing something special, they go out and ruin it. No, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be disappointed because anytime a good thing and a good run comes to an end, with a team that's so talented, of course I'm disappointed we lost this series, but I appreciate big picture what this team is doing. I appreciate it. Like, I'm not so narrow-minded, and I don't have so much tunnel vision that I can't say that there's good things coming, man, because, small picture, massive disappointment. Big picture, I feel great. I've been watching this team since day one. I've been watching this team since the inaugural season, right? We had some very, very good times early on. We've had a lot of bad times in between. And this is the most faith that I've had in the Florida Panthers organization since the late 90s. Like, this is the best that I feel about Florida Panthers hockey since the late 90s. I'm so bullish on the future of this team. We've got a general manager who gets it in Bill Zito, executive of the year. This guy didn't make a wrong move. Now, and you can't blame Bobrovsky on him. That predated Bill Zito. Like, this guy has not made a wrong move since getting here with the Florida Panthers. So I trust the man who's drafting players, selecting players, and signing players, because we had to get out from under the dinosaur Dale Talon. We finally did, and Bill Zito is taking this franchise into the 21st century. You've got to be happy about the goaltending. Now, listen, I know that you have a $10 million problem occupying part of your net, because Sergei Bobrovsky, his contract is an albatross, okay? And again, that's not Bill Zito's fault in any way, shape, or form, but the organization is, for at least another year or two, stuck with Bob because of that contract. You're not going to find, a way to easily move him in the short term. So you feel great about Spencer Knight. And, hey, listen, either Bobrovsky gets his head out of his ass and figures out how to be the goalie from 2 years ago. I would love that. Or Spencer Knight continues to improve and build on, what he's accomplished now, 5-1 to start his NHL career, including a really exciting Game 5 victory in this playoff series, which just shows you this kid has ice in his veins and is way more mature than a 20-year-old. You have that to build on, and maybe he becomes the starter next year and Bobrovsky becomes a very expensive backup. Whatever works, this organization will figure it out. And then when you're talking about building around long-term skaters like Alexander Barkov, Jonathan Huberdeau, who had 10 points in 6 games in this little playoff run, and let's not forget Aaron Ekblad. Let's not forget the fact that we didn't have Ekblad's services in the playoffs, that this guy was playing the best season of his NHL career before he suffered that untimely injury, and he's going to be back healthy for next season. So the core on this team is incredible. I trust the general manager, and I think we've got a young goaltender who can take this team to the next level. So I feel very good in the long term. I haven't felt this good in a really long time. When we come back, we're going to talk some Miami Heat. We'll talk some NBA playoffs with Ira Winderman from the South Florida Sun-Sentinel. He joins us on the other side for the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report. Hey, you can start your morning every day, 8 a.m. with Toasted Sports. Toast covers all the local sports stories while providing some great Miami Hurricanes insight. Download, subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Toasted Sports, 8 to 10 a.m. only at OnsideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Man of the Match with Alex Donno. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Listen to OnsideRadio.com anywhere by downloading the MyTuner Radio app in your app store. Or go to MyTunerRadio.com on your web browser. OnsideRadio.com. South Florida sports leader.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody Ass family. Dr. Moody Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
At OnsideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
It was a fun season, but as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. The Panthers put up a good fight in forcing a Game 6, but that was as far as they would get, as the defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning knocked out the Cats with Wednesday's 4-0 win. Rookie goaltender Spencer Knight did what he could to keep Florida in the game, stopping 20 shots, including several point-blank opportunities during the first 2 periods, but it was Tampa goalie Andrei Vasilevsky that stole the show. The likely Vezina Trophy finalist was a brick wall, stopping everything the Panthers threw his way and frustrating the Cats at every turn. Now Tampa will move on to face the winner of the Carolina-Nashville series, while Florida will head back to Sunrise, clean out their lockers, and head into the offseason wondering what could have been.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Join the Inter Miami family in 2021 by becoming a 2021 season ticket member. Enjoy enhanced access benefits and pricing not available